guys? Welcome back to the Ascended Cast. I am John Sanchez. We got Shiloh back on the pod.
Yeah.
And we got my boy Matt back on the pod.
Yeah.
My boy Matt right here has got a little plug he wants to put in.
Alright, so I got a member at the gym I work at. I just want to plug him in real quick. It's Fuzzy Dunlop. It's Inland Empire's favorite medical delivery service. If you are in the Redlands, Mentone, Highland, Loma Linda, Yucaipa, Calamasa, Cherry Valley, Beaumont, or Banning area, hit up with a text or a call at 909-273-3471. They got flowers, vape pens, gear, edible concentrates, and dab darts. They're all organic, non-GMO, no solvents, no bullshit. So hit them up.
There we go, Fuzzy what?
Yeah, Fuzzy Dunlop.
Fuzzy Dunlop.
Fuzzy Dunlop. Sorry, that was a weird pause. That was my first fucking ad.
Good job. Fuzzy Dunlop.
That was clean.
Check them out.
Check them out.
Damn,
Happy hour specials Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Hit them up.
That's Coach Jack's time, and they deliver to Beaumont.
Goddamn.
Let me get my little fiction.
I love that.
All right, guys. So welcome back. We got to get that little plug in.
Yes,
so
indeed.
shout out to them. Check them out.
Got to give us a shout out.
Bring them out.
So how we all feeling?
I'm feeling great, man.
We had a little 2-week break now. Shiloh, you had some shit you were going with last week, so
Yep.
break from the pod. We're on Spotify now. Actually, I want to feel like we got to get that out there. We're on Spotify now, so that's gonna be the main producer of the podcast. I'm still gonna upload it on YouTube just to kind of have that source of it, but the main idea now is to put it on Spotify and have it go through there. So if you're listening to this, subscribe. Not subscribe, follow. I think it's follow on Spotify. Follow us on Spotify. And yeah, any support.
Follow, subscribe, click the link below.
Yeah, the link below. The link below. Whatever platform you're on, whatever you're doing, just try to find some way to get engaged, get interactive with us. But yeah, I think we got IE Talk to start out with.
Yes, indeed.
So IE Talk. So Shiloh, you want to talk a little bit about IE Talk just for the new people that kind of want to know what IE Talk is?
Yes. So IE Talk is just essentially, not only what we see in the Inland Empire, but of course, maybe it's something that you would want to speak about in regards to what you can see improve. On this platform, we really want to express and then get out, the positives, negatives, the funny, the good food places. The IE is so beautiful and there's so much to see, both good and bad. So the IE Talk is just to express ourselves. They kind of just say what's out there, because there's always something to talk about in the IE.
All right, cool. So what do you got for us this week then? What do you got for the IE?
Oh man, brother, man. Really, I just want to say I actually have a story from my job at work, and it's a positive one too. We had this patient come in, and he was in pretty bad shape, and talking with the family that came and everything. This person actually wasn't even with the family as much as he used to be, but this incident and this accident brought them all together. And at the end of the day, I just found out yesterday that he actually his health and everything improved. Not only did he get discharged, but certain family members and even his father that wasn't there for 5 years, they actually came together. And now that they're actually on a path of literally repairing a whole family, with something that was in chaos. They literally came out, and now, they're actually making steps for a better thing. So I feel like unification was one thing that I really loved to see this past week that came out, man. It was awesome.
It's crazy what traumatic experiences can do to the relationship, the emotional relationship with people. That's cool. That's good to hear.
Yes, sir.
Always good when families can get together, get along, and really understand and appreciate the time together.
Yep. That's right. What's next, big dog?
Shit. Today, I saw the fucking most jacked homeless man I've ever seen.
How so?
I almost stopped and said something, but I was like, I don't know what this fool's on, you know what I mean? But, if these homeless people they're leveling up out there, bro.
So hold up. So you said you were jacked, homeless person?
I don't know if this fool was going through it and he's just jacked and this fool just didn't want to. I don't know. I'm assuming he was homeless by the shit he was carrying. His shirt was off, full on beard, it's just I might be
ready to go to war.
This fool just might be a fucking true minimalist.
Maybe.
I don't know, but if that man was homeless, they're leveling up out there.
Okay, so going back, so this is probably like 6 years ago now. Okay, probably. So you know where the Food for Less is, right there in Highland.
Yeah.
One time, this is me and Austin. I think Matt Cush and Nelly. I think that was like the group at this time. We were driving around, bro. We went behind that Food for Less, and we were looking, bro. And like Austin like put his headlights towards the dumpster, and bro, I kid you not, you just see this big old fucking like tall ass, probably like 6'5", 6'6", like black guy looking like he's ready to go to the draft. Like this man did not look like he was homeless. He looked like he was ready to go hit the combine.
Yeah.
Just saw king of the homeless people, or king of the bums. But this man gets like woken up out of the dumpster, and we're like, that's not the one you want to mess with.
Fuck
He's
no.
not the one you want to mess
This
with.
one like woke up out of the dumpster
Yeah.
and then looked at you guys.
Yeah.
Some Undertakers.
Yeah.
Just some,
You remember Ramel's dad, Will?
Yeah.
That's exactly what he looked like.
Damn.
Yeah, he looked like that, yeah.
I feel like whenever that fool walked into the Fitness 19, Ramel's dad, everyone just kind of like was like, okay.
Yeah. Imagine a homeless man in the dumpster looking like
I'm like, yeah, I'm cool, dog.
See, that's nature right there,
Yeah.
though. That's what people don't get. Like, you know, we used to live amongst giants,
Yeah.
and we still do, but it's just different.
It is. It pretty much is.
I
Like that shit was crazy.
You gotta. That's where weapons came involved. Like, became a thing because, like, you know, that's why there's weight classes.
Yeah, there
Right?
is. There's, yeah.
There's just too much advantage to certain things. So it's like that type of motherfucker. You gotta have a group,
Yeah.
or you gotta be John Wick.
Bro, John Wick ain't handling that guy.
Like,
Yeah,
didn't that
he
fool
is.
handle that fool in the fucking library though?
No. John Wick got his ass kicked.
But he killed him still, right?
He ended up killing him, but he got his ass kicked.
So
yeah.
it's do or die.
Did you see John Wick in that movie? That was not okay.
He still lived though.
He still lived.
If they're out in the middle of the forest, he's walking back. He's coming back. That dude ain't.
Maybe in the forest?
Yeah,
I mean, in the city, yeah, but maybe in the fire.
They're in a library. That's full of trees.
Alright.
I love this. Alright,
So,
John.
IE talk. What did I say this week? I mean, we had fires, we had some lightning. What do you think about the thunderstorms?
Oh, that was beautiful.
It was nice. The weather wasn't nice, but
Did you hear about that lady that got struck
I thought
with her two dogs?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
my mom came out. She was like, "I'm not walking the dogs today." I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "Some lady got struck with her two dogs." I was like, "Did she live?" And she was like, "No." I was like, "That wasn't her. That was God."
Yeah.
Like the chances of that happening. And he took your two dogs,
Yeah.
or she, or whatever you want to say. God Almighty,
Got
that was you.
Yeah.
That was your karma.
Yeah.
So maybe, Mom, you should go back inside.
You're like, yeah, Mom, you know what?
Yeah. I was like, I'll walk the
the
dogs. You know, they're better with me. They're safer than me. You go back inside.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. So, yeah, you got people getting hit by lightning. Poor dogs. I didn't even know.
Yeah. People are
Yeah,
sad.
that was the big thing for the IE. Shoot, I had to go wash my car. 'Cause that shit fucked up my car.
I like.
Yeah, fool.
I had to run
I
out.
just washed mine.
Yeah.
It was
Sorry,
actually
sorry.
crazy because I was sleeping and I like heard the rain and I ran out of my boxers because my windows were down. No one told me that it was gonna rain, so it was just like I just heard. I was like,
You didn't hear the lightning at night?
Why'd you run outside if you heard water?
huh?
What made you run outside?
Because the window, like the rain coming down, like the, you know.
So you
like-
thought someone was outside or what?
No, I just knew it was raining and my
Oh.
windows were down, so I was like,
Oh, your windows in
Yeah,
your
my
car.
window- yeah.
I was like, I thought for some reason I was envisioning your windows in your house. I was like,
No.
why do you gotta run outside?
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I just got my keys, went to the driveway real quick. My button wasn't working, so I had to like go manually like undo it in my. Yeah, no.
Probably haven't moved that quick since your last varsity football game.
Yeah, it's been a little while. It's been post surgery for sure.
So yeah, for IE talk, that's all. I think that's all I have.
That was pretty nice.
That's all I have. I mean, I can't think of anything else happening.
That's totally fine, man. So I really want to get into because wasn't the official day of summer when
I think
yesterday?
it was like Tuesday.
Yesterday
Tuesday or Wednesday.
or Tuesday, man. Kind of looking at it, dude. I want to go into summer plot.
Summer plot.
Summer plotting. What are our plots? What are our goals? Is there any, you know what I'm saying, for this summer 2022?
I'm buckling down for the next 8 months.
I'm buckled
Like,
down for a while.
I'm literally Monday through Friday, morning to night. Like I'm up at I'm there at 8:45 and I'm done at 8:45. Granted, I have some gaps in between, but like I have 12-hour days. You know, because in those gaps in between, I don't just sit around and do nothing. I will take a little break or whatever. That's normal, like to just not overload myself.
Mhm.
But dude, like Monday through Thursday is fucking packed. Friday is more like, it's just school. I don't really have anybody at night unless I schedule somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But my weekends are, now I'm pushing clients to weekends. I'm trying to change my schedule around right now because I want to start Muay Thai. I'm going to start it over at this gym right next to my house.
There you go.
It's called XFit. The main Muay Thai coach is Cody Sessions on Instagram. He's pretty dope. I met him in person. How he is on Instagram is how he is in person. So it was pretty refreshing to kind of get that because, some people can put themselves out to be a good person like on social media or whatever,
Yeah.
and like, just to get people in.
Mhm.
But how he met me or how he interacted with me, because we exchanged messages back and forth, it was just all genuine. So like
Yeah.
the guy's a really good fucking dude.
Yeah.
From what I've met so far. So that's where I'm trying to get in there, get some Muay Thai. They have a bunch of killers in there, bro. They got like some youngsters that are like ready.
I love the young kids that are like
Dude,
beasting
this
it.
fool's
Young
like
dogs.
16 years old. I was talking to him in the sauna. There's a 12-year-old in the sauna too.
Sheesh.
Like this 12-year-old, it was this little. I think he was 12 or 13, but this fool was young, bro, and just like chilling in the sauna. This little white blonde-haired kid that like was from San Bernardino, and I was like, that's pretty dope, dude. Like, we got, and then like this other kid was 16. I think he just had his like 4th amateur fight or 4th. It's like they have levels to like the Muay Thai that like you wear full gear and then you take off some gear and then you take off some gear and then like it levels up.
Yeah.
And then you get into like amateurs and stuff like that. And like, it's a really slow progression from
Yeah.
what it seems like.
And I think it needs to be.
Yeah, and so like like they were, and then there's this 19-year-old in there that like this fool just had a fight. I'm pretty sure maybe it's today or it's yesterday. It was yesterday, but yeah, fool. They got a bunch of solid ass motherfuckers, and then that like they're just known for getting after it. So like I want to join something like that.
That's sick.
Even though I might not go down the same route as them, I think it'd be cool to have some amateur fights. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But
You could do it like I feel like as a hobby. Like,
Yeah.
You don't have to make like I'm gonna make this is my career. Like
It's
you
only
can
gonna
do,
make you better too.
I know a lot of like entrepreneurs, like they do jiu-jitsu tournaments.
Dude,
like,
that's what I want next, bro. It's
Yeah.
like I want jiu-jitsu and to add it into the Muay Thai. But yeah, even though I might not go down that route, I really feel like I can be a person that will help make them better. I'm a good team player when it comes to that. Like I'm very giving rather than just being about myself.
I can see that. I feel like you have a good like skill set to where like you would be able to learn and be a very productive like teamwork. Like if like
A sparring partner.
so
Like I don't care to be
you need really good sparring
yeah.
partners. Yeah.
I don't care to be a beating post in a sense, like
Yeah.
to like have them like work on me because that only makes me better. You know what I mean? But I just enjoy that. I need to have that outlet because like I've had like the last time we talked on here, like I was in a form of denial in a way because like I didn't really think I was depressed because I don't see myself as depressed, but I was and am depressed in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Because of circumstances, and so like feeling like hearing certain messages, even listening to the podcast, I was like, dude, I'm a fucking contradicting motherfucker right
Being
now.
Randy?
I was randy as
You were
fuck.
Randy.
I was being randy as fuck, and that just goes to show how humans are, though. Like,
Yeah.
we're, like like our ego is very good at protecting itself, and so like
Facts.
my ego has been like on the rise, I guess you could say, in a lot of ways because I'm revisiting a lot of old things that I have, like how Shiloh and I were discussing earlier about certain things about revisiting or visiting things that you never really dealt with.
Yeah.
And so like even though I've made so many leaps and bounds in certain areas, that my ego was was going, no, man, you're a lot better than what you fucking, like, you know, than you are.
Yeah.
Like, you're good. Like, you're a lot better. Like, you know, and then I would re-listen, and I was like, I was almost embarrassed because I was like, damn, fool, like, you are depressed. Like, why couldn't you just say it?
Yeah.
You know, like,
and I think,
and you said it, like, say it, call it what it is.
Yeah.
And, you know, that really, like, struck with me because, like, you know, you have to be vulnerable enough to really have your ears open for it, because I've had a lot of personal things going on too that it's been, you know, kicking out towards, and it's just like, you know, when, you know, inside, you know, you're a good person, but on the outside you're not being one, it's a really shitty feeling, you know, and because you know what you can be, but you're expressing your way in this, you're expressing yourself in a certain way because you have so many things going on that you haven't really dealt with. That's why dealing with yourself matters for your team. Like,
no,
you know,
100%.
Like, you know, that's where people get it wrong. Like, they're giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. And that's my issue. I'm a giver. I will do for everybody, but I don't fill my own cup, and that causes resentment, and it causes pent up, you know, anger, and it causes all this and that, and you start getting on this field of going like, these people just don't get me. They don't fucking, I'm just misunderstood, or like I'm just alone, or this and that. But you're really isolating yourself by not being yourself. Being within yourself.
Oh yeah.
You're externalizing.
I can relate. I think I just said in the last episode, like, for me, like, to enjoy training, I have to take some steps back. Like, I can't be here and give 10, 12 hours a day without it getting to a point to where, like, oh shit, like, okay, I'm kind of like tired, or like, damn, like I didn't sleep.
Yeah.
Or, I'm not getting good workouts. Like, I'm sacrificing my time and my workouts, and I'm not feeling fulfilled. So I think you hit it right on the nail of, like, when you're not filling up your cup, like, for you to go and give, and that's what mine and your profession is. We're givers. Like, we're giving a service, and when we're not happy, and this is why I said, like, I think I said lots of, like, there's short-term depressions for me. So, like, I'll know when I'm not myself, or I'm not 100% myself, when I'm in my sessions and I'm not enjoying it, or I'm not having fun with it, or like I'm kind of being, in a sense, an asshole in my sessions. I'll notice that, okay, like there's obviously parts of that they're doing something that's frustrating me, but there's something going on with me that's causing me to react this way, because normally I wouldn't react this way. I normally wouldn't react this way. So, like you said, I think you have to really acknowledge and put things for what they are.
And and another thing I want to add in there too is that it's really common nowadays because of the go society. Because I have one mission right now, and I'm a very persistent, goal oriented person. Like, when I got something on my mind, I'm after it. But it's like having that, like, because like even what I preach, bro, it's like, it's so crazy how, like, I'm all like, practice what you preach, and then when you don't like work on your, when you don't fill up your own cup in like the certain areas, like, you know, I'm not working out anymore. I haven't worked out in so long. You know, I don't take time to meditate or breathe. I don't take time to fucking, and so like these certain things are now, because I'm becoming so drained, I'm starting to succumb to, you know, eating shittier. You know, I'm subverting back. I'm revolving back to my old ways in a lot of ways. It's very, and then, you know, so like, it's a weird thing of how it mirrors your old self. You start mirroring your old self in a lot of stressful situations, and that's where it's like, you could really take the chance of going, okay, like, you know, is my ego, how long am I gonna let my ego run my life? You know, how much longer am I gonna let this ego run me? Because like right now, it's not helping you one bit.
And I think you use a great comparison, like how when you're talking about when you met Cody, like how when you were messaging him and then talking with him and having a session with him, like what you saw, like what was projected is what you got in person. And so I think to deliver, like, sometimes we have this ego, like, okay, I need to have everything together. But then if I'm not dealing with it in the hand, when they come to experience, people are going to know. Like, they're going to know your vibe, they're going to feel your vibe. And they're going to be like, oh, okay, like, maybe this wasn't what, like, I thought it was, or what it's being projected. So I think very, very good point to sit there and be like, hey, I need to address this because I want to be what I stand for. I want to be what I preach out. I want to be what I tend to emulate. I want to be that. And so if you're not on the same page, and not to say you have to be perfect all the time, like, we're all going to go through our stuff to where, like, it's not going to be a freaking smooth sail, but like, bring yourself back to know who you really are, who you want to be. Because like you said, people revert back to a part of their life to where, like, they were a victim or they felt bad about what they were doing. So what they do, they coped with food, they coped with alcohol, they coped with some sort of
Pills,
stimulant or
weed, sex.
It's a self-medication.
Yeah.
When you start self-medicating because you want to essentially numb how you truly feel because you're trying to run away from those, or like, for me at least, like, you know, I have a lot of self-medication when it comes to, like, you know, getting myself on the level I want to be. You know, I'll bring myself up with stimulants, and then I'll level myself out with weed. And then I like to have some shrooms because it helps me think more open. And then so, like, why can't I start doing these things for myself without substance?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so, like, when I start finding myself more self-medicating, you know, that means I'm more disconnected. And so, like, now, because I've realized that, you know, I got to start, you know, weaning off the self-medication and actually facing and being accountable for my shit. You know, that's where, like, when I go down into a stressed out state, my old ways is I lack self-accountability. I'm a self-sabotager. I fucking sabotage myself ridiculously, you know, and then, like, I blame everybody else. Like, oh, it can't be me.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then my thoughts are just always to the worst. What's the worst possible fucking thing? And so I start noticing things, and I'm like, in my head, bro, sometimes I'm like, I'm checking off this list. I'm like, I'm being, like, this is the definition of an effeminate bitch, right? Like, you know, and I'm being funny right now about it, but, like, I'm like, you know, this is literally, like, I'm checking off all the fucking, like, what I used to be.
There you go.
Even though I've done all this work.
You just hit something for me, but go ahead and finish. I'll
Yeah, and
you hit something for me.
And so, like, why? Okay, so I asked, like, I always have to ask myself, like, you know, I have to bring myself back in and be like, look, like, why are you feeling this way? Like, why are you feeling this way? Why do you feel like you're going through this now? What is it that you need to fucking figure out? Like, I don't know the answer just yet. I don't know, and that's where I get fucked up because I'm a control freak, and I don't know how to let go and have faith, and even though I do, and there's certain areas in my life that I have, and it's gotten me to where I am now. But, like, there's these little things that I still have that I'm, like, for some reason my body just hasn't processed yet, and I'm really just trying to figure out my why and what's triggering that, and, like, what is now and what's my old reality. You know, my beliefs, my old belief system and my new belief system, because I was on a really good roll. I was exact opposite of all that. And then all of a sudden something, boom, in my life, and I'm like, you know, now I'm being mirrored back to my old self. What's this challenge? What is this challenge now for me? Like, you know, what did I not deal with? I don't know, like, because I thought I dealt with things. You know, so it's like now I'm in a really big seeking. I'm kind of like I'm seeking mentorship. I'm trying to seek something. I don't know what I'm seeking, but, like, I'm in this. That's where I'm at right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like mentor. That's why mentorship is so crucial with a lot of things, because, like, we don't know it all, and I don't plan to know it all, but I know damn well, like, I know I can put some effort into shit. It's just I gotta know how. I don't know how though right now. So that's bro. It's like a weird fucking place.
Yeah. I kind of get what you're coming from in the sense that, well, I'll go back to, like, what I said, you hit on the nerve for me, is, like, how you said, like, all these things that, like, your behaviors to where, like, it kind of made you this person that you knew you didn't want to be, like, attracted to you. It's funny because when you were saying that, like, subconsciously, I wasn't aware of this. I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, this is why I do this. But I think subconsciously, like, in the past couple of years, like, you know, I've toned down, like, on me drinking, me going out partying. Just getting involved in stupid stuff. Like, you know, I've toned down a lot about it from where I used to start out from. And I feel like, thinking about that, I think the reason why I went that route was because whenever I went and did those things, that's what I became. Like, I became the person I didn't want to be. So, like, I would be, like, lazy. I would be unmotivated. I would want to go prioritize putting, like, women, going out and having a good time, going out and worrying about, like, social stuff now. Which for, like, now, like, I'm more, like, I don't want to say tunnel vision because I'm aware of stuff, but I don't want to get in my way of, like, things. But, like, I feel like now this doesn't sound like in a perfect place because I'm kind of in that same spot of where I'm still trying to figure out, like, where is my life going? Like, where is my life going? Like, as far as, like, I feel pretty good with what I'm doing here, but is this it, or what else can I do to challenge myself? And so going back and completing that thought though, it's funny like how as we grow as people, as we grow older, like we will tend to revert back to that original version of ourselves that we kind of grew up into as a guys, man, like from like I want to say from like a 10 to like 20-year-old range, like that person you become during that time tends to be the basis of who you are, or who you tend to revert back to.
It's called the laws of facilitation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look that up. Look that up. It's pretty much like the analogy that I've heard was that throughout our whole lives we have these paths that we create, that based off of our external, factors and stuff like that, how we experience life. So there's these paths that we've mowed down. We have this big thing of tall grass as tall as us. And so we have all these clear paths that we've already mowed down throughout our lives, but because we weren't, because of who we are, everything surrounding us was growing and growing and growing. So now we have this really tall grass. In order for us to change, we have to take this lawnmower, which is just like this really baby, just like push mower. We have to, go find a new spot and now start creating this new path. And that new path that we're creating, that we're mowing down this grass, it takes a lot of energy and time. And so when we run out of that energy, when we get stressed out or things take us back, what's the easiest route to go down? Those paths that we already had created. And so that's where okay, I'm fucking tired. I'm gonna resort back to this new path that I can just walk down and just go down and then find myself right there and just be content right there. And so it's like getting ourselves back out of that path that we just walked down and go back and restart and start back on mowing and mowing and mowing and mowing down that new path to create that new, pathway in our brains. That's it's like the analogy that I heard that makes a lot of sense for me with the laws of facilitation. Mm-hmm. Because it takes a lot of energy, time, patience, persistence, perseverance. You want whatever you name it or whatever you want to call it. It's like, so that's where I have to kind of remind myself too. It's just, that's how humans are. Mm-hmm. That's the laws of facilitation that I just came up in my head.
No, I like that. And so kind of tied that all into some plans. Mm-hmm. That's kind of one of my summer plans right now. I'm really focusing on my business. It's prep, kind of going up and down with it, figuring out what's working for my body, what's not working. And then overall, just trying to kind of get closer and closer to building this brand. So the podcast, I've probably put the most energy the past 2 or 3 months into that I've ever had before since we started doing that. Mm-hmm. And I'm really enjoying that part of it, so I don't want to slow down.
I love it.
Summers, obviously we'll throw some stuff in there on occasion. On summer, I'd say it's just going to be all just freaking grinding. I like to throw some stuff in there, but stay on the path of just grinding, growing everything. So my summer plans, I'll probably go hard. I'll do hard. Maybe go to Vegas one time. Just one time.
You're going to do a hard summer?
Yeah, I think so. At least for a day. I want to do a Porter's Day.
Okay.
So I'll probably do a day. But yeah, keep it nice and simple, nothing too crazy. Try not to spend too much money. That's one thing that I've been trying to focus on, is not to spend unnecessary money on stuff. So on trips or spending money just on single things. So trying to be a little bit better about spending and making sure that I have my boxes checked off before I start and trying to indulge. It's my big thing.
I like that. Yeah, summer. It's funny. Summer talk turned into real talk for you guys, and I was honestly here for it. I loved it, and that's the great thing about these podcasts that I hope people listen to, because who we are, it doesn't change when you're talking with your friends, family, and then you just start getting on something and something flows inside of you. It's honestly a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. And so myself tying into summer plots, work-wise, is to go harder. I've actually kind of applied at new places because, especially for myself being, having my arms certification, having a gun on the way and everything else. It's like I want to make that next step. That there's always steps we take career-wise where we just know. I have to prep, I have to get my resources available, I have to get this and this, because this is coming. And you see it, so I'm at the point where right now, I'm in preparation mode. A job is coming somewhere, it may be even a promotion within. but something in me, God has been telling me, hey, look, you need to prep, you need to get ready. So work-wise there, fun-wise, have hard summer coming up. I actually just booked a cruise, my first ever cruise. My whole life, I'm gonna be going in mid-July as well. I'm gonna going to Ensenada, Mexico. We're gonna be hitting that little cruise.
The cruise when?
In mid-July. I'm gonna go to Mexico.
Shots Smooth takes over. It's not.
Just a little work, friends.
Okay.
Yeah. We just go.
After last time's Captain Facts.
Take a little cruise.
After last time's Captain Facts.
No. Yeah. So I'm gonna be doing that.
It better be an all vaccinated cruise.
I think it has to be. I think it has to be. Why do you sound like a South Park character? Like that would be like a South Park. Better be all vaccinated cruise.
And then after that, I'm going to New Orleans for family reunion.
God damn.
And then after that's gonna be hard. So the month of pretty much mid-July to the end of July.
You should on go mode, bro.
Boom.
I've
been grinding every day. I put in the OT and everything. I have my hours for the vacation. But I was just kind of seeing pretty much this whole year I've seen, which is a summer thing, but it's actually turned into my whole year, like I was saying, where God has shown me, hey, look, I'm going to give you these opportunities, whether it's Coachella, whether it's EDC. Countdown, the reggae concert, like there's certain things where there's these opportunities that I would have never done years ago. Like even with the raving, I kind of been to a few or whatever, but like to go to EDC, like to be committed, like get these certain things and like go to the reggae concert and just explore. It's like I got to see just this abundance of love within music. I got an appreciation for it, different types of people, crowd, and you educate yourself. You're literally culturing yourself on these different things, different forms of like.
So I'm gonna make a little comment.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna say for Coachella, I'm gonna say maybe God had a little bit to do about it, but give credit to where credit's due. Eric Martinez is responsible for Coachella.
Yes. Shout out to Eric Martinez and all those who kept me alive during a little rough phase.
Eric was dad during Coachella, so.
I had a few hours of a little bit too much intoxication, but it's okay. I bounced back.
Shots Smooth day 30.
I feel like we've all been there.
Yes, sir. Oh. Yes, sir.
Dude,
I thought my worst
some more than I ever wish I have.
It's been some nights, brother.
I got roofied in Vegas at Calvin Harris.
Who are you with?
Leo and Jeremy.
Yeah.
Jeremy Kenyon?
Yeah, Leo and Jeremy.
And what happened to that?
They left my ass.
So, okay, here we go.
A girl or a guy?
Okay, so I have like to look back at the videos. Bro, this was the weirdest thing.
Be real, because this is
so being roofie, do you feel like everything was just like...
I don't think that was a full roofie, because this is literally what happened was, I'm pretty sure this is what happened is, like how they have the tables, like at the top? Like I use like day club, but the people like that right next to the DJ.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I'd have to see it, but I think so.
Okay. So at Wet, like they have like people on the sides of the table.
Okay, I think I remember from your stories.
Yeah.
Now.
So my dumbass was like right there in the front, and there was this guy giving out shots of Don Julio or bottles of Don Julio. I looked at my story, and there was like 2 or 3 times where like I took a fucking shot of Don Julio from them, and then another time where I took a shot of something else from them. I'm pretty sure like they probably put it in the bottle, so like I'm saying, it was probably a little bit more diluted, so it wasn't as powerful as like taking the straight roofie.
Yeah.
Because what ended up happening was I fucking blacked out during that whole. I don't fucking remember seeing Kelvin. One time I see Calvin Harris, I don't fucking remember. And so what was funny was I texted, I think it was Leo, and I was like, "Where are you guys at?" They're like, "Bro, we left." But we're getting in now. I was like, "What the fuck?" So I was.
Why did they leave?
I don't know, because they thought I was my cousin. Because my cousin was there for her birthday or something like that. So they thought I was with them, and my cousin never.
But they didn't want to party or nothing.
I don't know what happened to them. Like I don't remember it. Like, I just remember being up at front, and then that was it. And then I remember I remember going to the fucking Uber. I remember being in the Uber and going back to the hotel. And the only reason I remember being in the Uber was because this old ass couple. It was an Uber pool. So I was with this old ass couple, and they were seeing some old motherfucker at like one of the shows in Vegas, and his wife was shut up about it. So I just remember being in the car, and then I remember like I don't know, this is muscle memory. I got to our room, and I guess Leo and Jeremy said the first thing I did when I got in there was like I fucking yelled at them, and I just fucking like literally like crashed and fell asleep. I didn't wake up for like 10 hours. Like I think I got back to the room at like 4 or 5. And I didn't get up till like 12, like 1 o'clock.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And my
Did you feel like shit too?
Yeah, no. I literally, we were supposed to go out to the club, and like I got ready and everything like that, bro. And I was legit walking like in the casino, and I was like, bro, I feel like fucking shit. Like I was like, not saying it. Like I'm going back to the hotel. And, like I'm going back to sleep. And then, yeah. We went back to Wet the next day, and my shit was there, and I was just like, bro, I'm hating my friend now. I'm fucking
You went back to that abyss?
I did.
Yeah, you remember when I came back from the abyss?
Yeah.
At Nelly's Bachelor?
Yep.
Straight from the hospital.
Yep. I'll never forget.
Straight from the hospital.
Day one.
Day one.
I just remember seeing that on Saturday morning on the story, and I was like, of course.
out of anybody, if people were to ask me, before that night, in that incident, who would end up in the hospital first? If there was one person in the group that was going to end up in the hospital first, I said, man.
Bro.
You know what we need to do? I don't know, on TikTok, have you ever seen those videos where it's like I think it's a lot of bottle service girls. So they'll be like, all right, which bottle service girl would you not want your son to marry? And like they basically like go and like ask every single girl and then name different girls.
Uh-huh.
Like next time when we do, like we all get together with all the friends, like we need to be like, which one would you not want to like leave with your kid, or which one would you not want to go party with your son?
With your son?
Yeah. Let's see what answers we get.
Ain't nobody picking me. I'm
well, it just all
partying with
depends. I feel like on how, like what, like long-haired Matt, like what stage?
Samurai Matt?
What?
Samurai Matt?
Yeah, no, not 19-year-old long hair.
Oh.
I'm talking about long hair with the most recent one where I was like long hair at the bachelor party and shit like that.
Oh yeah, we got
that fool. He was.
I don't think it matters. I just think like at the end of the day, like,
I
was like
all your phases into one. Like
if you got old spaghetti factory Matt, that's a different story, bro.
Understandably so. That's like
that's a whole different level of douche.
That's
that's like
that's the map that we play. Don't kill your friend.
So it's like I feel like now it's just like I'm a little bit more.
I'd be interested.
I feel like we're all tame now because, like I say, if we got Calamesa Shiloh fucking chugging when I was chugging that bottle.
It's Calamesa.
Calamesa.
Was that Calamesa? Where were we at? Is that
Costa Mesa?
Costa Mesa. Oh my god. I was like Calamesa.
That's where I was Calamesa.
I was like, what the fuck is Calamesa?
I remember Mesa and my fucking.
That's hard because that was Shiloh.
I was like, what are we doing up there? You don't belong over there.
You're damn right.
My town, not yours.
Costa Mesa sounds more logical.
Yeah, Costa Mesa, Shiloh.
Yeah.
Where this fool was trying to press out a fucking. This fool looked like a Navy SEAL.
Big old black homie.
Yeah, not like a Jocko Willink, but like this will just look like he just like could kill you.
Like solid, like a solid motherfucker. And I was blatantly drinking because we got a water bottle and I believe we filled it with, what was it, Crown? Or was it
I think it was Crown.
Or is it Sailor Jerry? I don't know.
One of them, bro.
Yeah. Me and him were swigging it, and then I made it too noticeable, and then he was like, hey bro, you're gonna have to pour that out. And I was just like
this was reaction. I was like,
yeah.
I was just sitting there like, this will Shiloh.
I was like, yeah, okay. And I kept drinking. This fool kept staring at me, and I was just like, what's up? Like, and then this fool Matt was like, hey, dog.
I was like, fool, just drink it on the way to the dumpster.
Yeah, and I was
like, just keep drinking it on the way to the dumpster.
And I kept looking at this motherfucker too. I was like, the fuck, man? Oh yeah. Oh no, it was Henny.
Yeah. Oh, it was
Henny.
Dude, yeah, it was Henny, bro. Because I feel like.
Your ticket? Because I remember when your dad was all pissed off Because you got a ticket in the mail for like Fullerton or some shit.
Oh no,
that was the different
That was
time.
downtown Fullerton.
That was
That was
we
one
got
of
targeted, bro. We got targeted because they literally told us. We pulled up on you guys because we saw 4 dudes in the car and wanted, because dude, like they were doing a train, they were training a rookie. So literally, like, dude, I tell you, I shit you not, bro. I back in, everything starts getting pulled out, all the alcohol and whatever else we got, and then all of a sudden, whoop whoop, fucking 2 cop cars come. And then all of a sudden they get out, they start flashing lights. Whoa, whoa, whoa! What do we got going on here? And like, it's just like, we're just sitting there like, nothing, officer. And then like, it's just like, do you know why we pulled you over? Like, we literally just saw you guys and, there's 4 dudes in the car. We just come check you guys out. Like, I'm just like, are you fucking serious, bro? Like, they made us pour out all of our alcohol.
They swung like that random search that fucking works and shit. Like, you just pick out somebody because they're like, you guys got any alcohol? And we're just like.
They just saw 4 young bucks in the car and they're like, let's get these motherfuckers.
Yeah, we're just like, yeah, like, we didn't even finish our bottle.
I literally had drugs right here next to me in my fucking door, in my door handle. Like, and this fool is just literally standing over me, just with a flashlight, just looking at me. And I'm just like, thank God I'm white.
I'm just me and Everett are in the back, so we were just
No, Nelly was in the back. It was Everett. Was it you up front?
Mm-mm.
No, Everett was up front.
I was back left behind you, and
Nelly was in the back because I know Nelly threw all of our shit. Like
yeah.
And then,
whatever
so I think
it was.
Everett was up front, and it was me, and then I had my shit right here. It was just all fucking like I was like.
And then we got the ticket, and Nelly was mad because Nelly didn't even drink.
Yeah.
This fool didn't even take a sip of alcohol, and he tells him, he's like, hey, like I didn't even drink. This fool looks at me like, and then this fool is just like, driver's license, please. Homie didn't. No, he looks at us and hey, dog. Like,
meanwhile, like me and Everett are wearing black pants and they just have some weird powder on us. And it's just like, I'm just like, dude, we were literally like, they could see everything. Like, I don't know how I'm getting out of this.
Yeah.
We got to just pour alcohol out. And then all of a sudden, you remember we were walking, we still went out that night. We were walking and all of a sudden those 2 cops just rolled by. They're just like looking at us. And we're just walking to the bars. Like,
low-key salty, but low-key like we're still going to have a good time.
All they used us for was a fucking opportunity to train a rookie.
Yeah, straight up they did.
They just gave us some bullshit ticket.
That blue found.
Yeah, and remember how I showed up to court all dressed up?
Yeah.
And then you guys were just in some normal ass clothes.
Yeah.
I was all dressed up.
Ready to fight his case.
It was just an open bottle.
Yeah.
We walked in, just paid.
All right, let's go to the office or go to the clerk.
Yeah.
That's all.
I love it.
Go to window 9. I was like, alright.
All right, well, we're pretty good on time, or not good on time, but a little time exhausted. So, next subject.
Yeah, what's the next subject?
It would be, so Shiloh brought up a little conversation to me a couple days ago about seeing women being like very, very muscular. And that's kind of like the trend now. Like you see a lot of these girls working out hard now.
Taking supplements, and all this other stuff because I talked
From
to
Mexico? Mexico supplements?
unknown sources.
I mean, everyone has what they get, and they get.
No,
but
I'm
it
talking.
is
I'm
mentality.
talking. You know what I'm talking about? Those Mexico supplements,
No.
like testosterone, steroids.
Well, yeah.
You know how you could just go into a Mexico pharmacy, like a pharmacy down there, and
Yeah.
just get your shit. That's what I'm talking about.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Pharmaceuticals in Mexico, bro, like they have everything.
Everything.
Like that's where people are going to go get their plastic surgery done. That's where people are going to get their teeth done. Like everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Everything's cheap. It's not regulated.
Yeah. That's where you take your chances. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, women, it's just more and more like, it's more common now than anything just because it's just like,
Yeah, well, I think it's like more than mentality. Like I'll say, like obviously
Yeah.
they're gonna do what they're gonna do to get there. Everyone that's pushed is gonna be differently. But I look at it like you just see like a lot of women like taking their fitness and like taking the style workout a lot more seriously now, to where like some of these women are like looking like pretty like freaking solid to where like they have definition, like they got shoulders, they got back,
They got
freaking
thighs,
their legs aren't just butt anymore, like
calves.
full hamstrings, everything. So I mean, I guess the question is like, how do you guys feel it from like a man standpoint? Like that's kind of what you asked me, Shiloh. Like, do I find it attractive, or like, how do I feel about it?
Yeah, what's your opinion? Because this is all opinion.
Yeah, this is opinion. So before like this is not making a statement or saying this is the only thing. Like this is just like what we like our thoughts and
disclaimer.
These are I statements.
Yeah.
This isn't a collective. This is I opinion.
And I think we're all gonna be a little bit different. To be honest, from what I've heard. Yeah.
Shiloh and I were kind of talking about this earlier, just organically, like not like about buff women, but we were just talking about how like what gets your dick hard is what gets your dick hard.
Yeah.
Right? You know,
Big
what you're
time.
attracted to is what you're attracted to, right?
Yep.
So it's like, what is my opinion fucking what I'm attracted to is not what you're attracted to in some ways, you know, so it's like, these are all I statements, and so I don't think they're in any sort of way like, you know.
This isn't to put anyone down. So it's not us saying that like, oh, if you don't look like this or you're not like this way.
You aren't beautiful.
Like, this is
you're
just
beautiful to somebody else.
Yeah.
Yep.
But like facts don't care about feelings, and like the fact is I'm not attracted to that.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
like
so that's there it is. You're not attracted.
no, well I was just saying I don't know. There's a fine line. I like femininity and
Yeah, that was my big natural Shiloh.
yeah, I like femininity,
femininity.
and I'm not saying that you can't be feminine with muscles. It's just there's a fine balance for me.
There is.
There's a fine balance for me, and
There's certain lines, like I said, like there's certain lines, like, and I feel like me and you have a good experience like this because I don't know, for some reason, like the freaking like jacked, fucking buff, like fucking I don't even want to say roided, but the ones that like take like the hard, like bodybuilding hardcore, for some reason fucking love me.
But
They fucking
they
love
love
me.
you?
Yeah. They love your ass too.
well, I'll just say I have had a previous like person that when I was 19 that I was in cahoots with.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the older. Cause I feel like
She
a lot
was
of
older.
No, like think about the fucking.
I was 19. She was 26.
No, what's that fucking one time when you went to that Christmas party to that fucking one girl's house and you stole the bottle?
I stole the bottle.
Yeah. Like I'm talking about that.
Well, I think what it was is because like I was pretty boy.
Yeah.
I was a pretty boy, and they're like, "Oh, I could dominate this motherfucker." Like they want to dominate
Yeah.
me, and you know,
And other times like I get those fucking yeah.
in a
That's
sense,
what I'll get I'll get fucking women like that and like I'm not having that shit.
And
Yeah.
I would say when I was 19, I let the power be powerful. Like
But I'll say this, like the girl that you were with, like I don't feel like she was full fledged, like fucking like dominant. Like she was still but like she was still like a woman. Like she was still like a fucking woman.
No, this boy, you just had a damn
yeah,
flashback. He knows.
not like she was in any sort of way of like but she had a lot more masculine traits, a lot more and not to say masculine is male, but there's the balance of intersexual dynamics and things like that of masculine to feminine. Like we kind of touched a little bit on it, how like I'm a more feminine energy based man, like in a way of like what feminine means, right? Or not? Wait, feminine,
Masculinity.
masculine, or what am I even saying the right ones? Feminine and masculine energy. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yes, you are.
I had a brain fart. My bad.
It's okay.
And so like, it's one of those things where it's like, if the woman can be, maybe more masculine in the gym, but then be more submissive and be more feminine in the bedroom, right?
The private.
Like you don't need to be fucking like treating me like a next set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like your next set, like you gotta fucking go all out and prove something. You know what I mean?
I'll say that like having a chip on their shoulder, like
A chip on your shoulder, like and like they gotta overdo it to empower themselves, and it's like if that's what you gotta do to get after in the gym, by all means, that's cool. That's your outlet. But if the woman can't be more submissive in the bedroom or submissive in just general life with certain things about how like a male takes the direction and takes leads. He leads in a way because that's what men do in a relationship. They lead. They're not being a tyrant, but they're leading. And so it's like
keeping masculine energy.
Yeah, keeping that masculine, secure energy. That's like so when it comes to like, you know, that's where the fine balance comes,
Yeah.
you know, like, and so like a lot of times though, is that really going to be the balance that you're going to get? I don't know. I haven't been in that market like that to really have true experience besides of what I experienced when I was 19.
Mm-hmm.
So like I can't speak on that too much.
So I'll say this is what I'll say. The context that I'll get. Like I said, I'm okay with like the having. I to some degree I like it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like if they look feminine, like to where like they don't look like they're fucking just like abusing fucking shit. Like they're still something.
Like you don't want to body them if they fucking fuck her up.
Exactly.
Like you know
but
what I mean?
I still like it. Like,
Yes.
There's some girls out there. Yeah.
He said he didn't want
But
the
there's still
body.
some girls out there that like work out that have them, but they have like nice like shoulders, like they have arms developed, like they're like they look good.
Yeah.
They have that muscle on there, like they still look good, they still have that feminine energy to them. It's like
Yeah.
I like that, but like where it becomes like where you're trying to be a dude, or, like no, like I'm saying like
I know.
Yeah, like
I
not
just-
even trying to like not even trying to like fuck around with it, but like we're like you're like you said like oh like what's our next like oh what are we hitting today or like
Yeah. it's
you're,
just
oh you're
like,
not working out bro like what's wrong with you? It's like
why you
Yeah.
challenging me? Like,
Yeah.
sit your ass down.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like and some might like it. Some might like it.
well and then
You
so
know,
to
There
go
are
back
guys
to
that
like,
love that.
I think
there are
the
guys that
mindset-
love girls like that.
Yeah.
No, so this is the mindset I'll say that I'll say is like from my experience in seeing it and kind of to some degree dealing with women like that, you said they like the control. So the men that like those type of women tend to be the ones that are very insecure about themselves.
Mm.
I've noticed. Like I said, this isn't a blanket statement, like this is a back, but from my own experience, the men that tend to be in those relationships to where like the girl's talking to me like
A matriarch?
What?
A matriarch?
Essentially, yeah. Like, and they like that because like they don't fucking have to do anything.
Yeah,
Like, they,
exactly.
they
Okay.
control what time we're working out. Okay, we're gonna work out this time.
Randy.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Randy.
Yeah, like it's very insecure. Like very, I don't want to say not masculine men, but like they're not the patriarch. They're not the
The alpha
they're
dog.
not the alpha
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
And so, like, I was like, with my experience in seeing it, and then talking to these women, like, they want to be in control, they want to be in power. So what do? They go with men that are insecure. Like, they can have all the muscles, but then it is they still feel really shitty about themselves.
Mhm.
Mm.
And so, like, that's where I see the relationship success. But like, if you're talking about an alpha relationship, nah, I don't like not my alpha relationship. We're talking about a man that's an alpha,
Mhm.
being in a relationship. Those two things not to work out unless, like you said, that woman's mindset changes and she becomes submissive and she realizes her role in the relationship.
Yeah, and that's where I guess into touchy waters, or it's just like people think the word submissive is derogatory, or they think it's demeaning.
Yeah.
When it's not. The meaning of submission is just being submitted to
I
the.
think it's a trust.
It's
I
a-
think-
yeah, it's
I
a
think
thing
that
of
is-
trust,
I think,
like-
I think the form of trust, like I'm willing to follow you and listen to what you say. It's like, what are you when you have a coach, or what is it when you have someone teaching you, or what is it when you like are following a group, like you're being submissive, you're letting them teach
Yeah.
you, they're letting them tell you. It's a relationship of trust.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
that's where it's like, if the man is not a tyrant, but he is a leader, or if he's a, you know, as you guys say, like an alpha,
Yeah.
right, or can have that that leadership quality, you know, you have to submit to the leadership in order to, you know, make things work. Otherwise, you can't have two leaders like that. It doesn't work like that. That's, you know, that's why we have a president and a vice president. It's just like, you know, and who's the vice president? A woman.
Yeah.
Who's the president? Man, how's it been at this whole
I
time?
don't know if that's a great example.
No, what I'm saying,
you don't know who's in charge, honestly.
No, what I'm saying is like, as a nation is led by men, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because
You're saying
led
yeah.
by men. They've been like things have been led by men
Facts. That's
throughout
fact.
history.
I mean, it's
Throughout history, right?
it's even
Honestly,
proven now.
outside the United States, in the present world, like most countries ran by men. Like there's some countries that have women, but most like big, powerful nations.
Yeah, because the
ran by men.
the energy that a man
Besides, like,
holds is more
France,
logical.
like,
It's more logical, not emotional driven. I mean, nowadays there's a lot more emotionally driven, you know, men because of hormones and things like that. But in retrospect, and like the grand scheme of things, and if you were to have a regular male and a regular female, and you look at intersexual dynamics and things like that,
I think we touched about this last time too.
it's just one of those things where it's like, you know,
Well-
there is certain traits and qualities that a man should have and certain traits and qualities that a woman should have, and that's the role that you have to come and be coercing and work as a team, rather than, I'm not saying me because I take direction and lead that I'm better than you. I trust her, and when I have too much logic and not enough thinking about how people feel, then that's where she could step in and be like, hey, like, why don't you have a little bit more consideration? And then I have to be able to be vulnerable and submissive enough and go, oh yeah, I am being a dick. You know, it's like that's where it's more of it's a fine balance.
Does that happen with your client?
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like
Mr. Dangerous.
like you're not there's toxicity to everything, you know. So it's like women that are not being able to be submissive is not you're just not being feminine.
I agree with that, and of course, for myself to have my take before we wrap this up, I agree with you guys. So it's just gonna be really short and simple. When it's over masculinity, when I can see, like I said, beyond the muscles, just the overall presence and demeanor, I'm not into that. I just already could tell just by the look and everything else. And it's just plain as day. I love muscles. I love definition. There's certain trainers here. There's certain trainers that we've seen that, they are defined from legs. There's a thing about leg definition versus total upper body that gets me. So for example, like, if they're veiny, that they're muscular, like it's definite, but it's not too crazy. I like that, or I can accept that more versus the veiny kind of over masculine upper body. That's me. So when the boobs don't look like boobs no more, like just natural boobs, and they're just they're muscular, I don't like that. But if the legs are a little bit over muscular to me, I could take that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little freaky with that. I like
hormones
that
too.
I don't know.
That can be a lot more hormones too. Like if women are losing their boobs and stuff like that, that tends to be a lot more hormonal, and that's a good indicator of what they're doing to obtain that physique.
Yeah.
So,
but I could attest to when I was 19, with whoever I was, she wasn't on any sort of hormones, and she had some.
No, I'm saying like their hormones in their body.
Oh, I thought you meant like on shit.
No, I'm saying
they're definitely imbalanced. They're definitely imbalanced.
I'm saying like usually like because of like if they start to lose their boobs or they start to use the femininity, it's because their hormones in their body are messed up, and that's a good indicator.
Yeah.
That
I agree with that.
running
I
on
agree with
something.
that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Not that they're running poor hormones, but that their hormones are like if they're losing certain feminine features, it's usually because their hormones are all over the place.
Because you're not tapping.
Yeah.
They're tapping into more of that.
Yep. So I'm cool off that, boys. That's just as simple as pie there.
I'll finish and I'll say, I don't have an issue with that so much. Like I said, I think you can still retain your femininity while looking like that. And like I look at there's been certain bodybuilding women that I feel like have looked a good part and maintained their femininity that have done it well.
Yeah.
Like when Courtney was competing, I feel like Courtney did a good job of.
But she was in bikini.
She was in bikini.
So when you get into other things like figure and things like that, that's where it's.
Well, yeah, and that's the goal right there.
It's really hard to maintain femininity in those areas, just because if you think about if you were to put that in a dress and then cut off the head.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? Are you second guessing?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right.
That's a good question.
Are you second guessing if it's a male or female?
And to that extreme. But then I'll say this, and this is probably where I said I like my women is the athlete part of it. If you look at girls that train soccer, or girls that train for softball, or girls that train for volleyball, they have muscle definition, they're athletic. This is where my bread and butter is at. And I like that. I like them being athletic. I like them having that appearance and build.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, it's so subjective because we can talk about bodybuilding, but then about the athletic side of it, to where look at the gymnasts. Some of the gymnasts are in really good shape, and
they're pretty muscular as well too, because they're just and some of them are ripped.
Yeah. So I guess that's where I tend to go with Mike. So I think
I feel like maybe they keep more femininity because they move their bodies more functionally.
Oh yeah, they have dance and everything else too. So you have to have that femininity to dance and really
gymnasts I think are the best athletes in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think if you could get a bunch of gymnasts and have them go and play all the different sports, they would probably have the best production out of any other area because they know how to use their bodies so well that any movement or anything that they do is going to be a lot more fluid than anyone else doing anything.
I can see that.
Yeah, so I would like gymnasts. I feel like are the best athletes in the world.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
all
I
right.
like that one. I think we really killed it today, boys. I feel like we're fluid. You know, on some areas we went on, but yeah, guys,
No, we're good.
this was a good one.
We got one more thing on this, and that's a good old captor fact.
You're right.
I will play this correctly this time.
There you go. There you go.
I guess I'm the one that's doing it.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
you're doing it.
Yeah.
Do I gotta do it next? Next time?
Probably,
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, well, you can think about yours.
Yeah. You have time to think about yours. Shadow told me that he wants me to do it today.
Okay.
Yep. This is the John edition today.
The John edition of Captor Facts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Two lies and a truth.
2 lies and 1 truth. All right. So I think the first thing I'll go with is this week I worked out all 5 days of the week. Second thing will be I did not sip any kind of alcohol form this week. And then the last thing is it's actually hard.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually really, really hard.
Got this.
I'm really trying to think.
I'll even put. I need to get that timer.
Yeah.
Was that the
Is it Jeopardy?
Jeopardy? I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be pretty simple with it and just be like, I didn't eat out this whole entire week. Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, those are 3.
So we have didn't eat out this week.
He worked out all 5 days. Didn't have a sip of alcohol, and then also.
So that's 3.
Yeah, 3.
So we gotta pick the truth.
Uh-huh. So I will go ahead and say
What day is today?
today's Saturday.
Saturday.
I want to say that I want to ask a question. Did you go to a baseball game this week?
I'm not gonna give you a hint.
I was thinking that same exact thing, though. I was thinking that same
That's
exact
crucial.
thing.
That's crucial.
thing. I'm trying to
If
think.
he
That's
went
why I
to
asked what
a-
day it was. Because I was trying to think. I was like, how long ago did he go to that baseball game?
Because if that was this week,
Is that like a free call?
alcohol. Okay.
You might as well just ask about Clint.
Yeah, no.
Do we get a call?
You're on Lifeline.
Let's go on Lifeline or we call that fucker.
All right.
I would say.
I'm just gonna shoot. Yeah, I'm
Go
just
for it.
gonna shoot. I'm gonna go. The 2 lies are gonna be didn't sip alcohol this week, and then it's gonna be what would you say before that one? Because I think the truth is you worked out all 5 days this week, so. The no sip, the lie is the didn't sip alcohol, and then the other lie is gonna be
He didn't eat out.
he didn't eat out. He
Yeah.
didn't eat out. Yeah.
That's a lie, and I want to say, yeah, I'll agree with that.
So that's your guys' final answer?
Yeah, worked out all 5 days.
That's the truth?
Yeah.
Yep, that's the truth.
That's the truth?
Yep.
Not the truth.
Oh.
You didn't have a sip of alcohol.
I didn't have some alcohol. No baseball games. I didn't
Wow.
have some client. Yeah. So no alcohol this week.
All right. That means back-to-back weeks, the 2 participants didn't get it right.
I think I'd get one right. Well, yours is hard. Yours is so.
Mine was the
yours is so
definition.
specific.
Yeah.
Yours is so specific.
Yeah, I had a few coworkers comment on that.
Yeah,
and I had
yours is
no
so
comment.
specific.
What did your coworker say?
They were just asking questions, assuming.
Shia LaBeouf, you're about to catch feelings.
No. My
Not on this
friend.
podcast.
Yep. We're gonna wrap up this podcast.
Yeah, on this podcast. All right, so yeah, that's good. Hour 5 minutes. That's a good podcast. That was a really, really good podcast. Any closing thoughts for you guys?
Sensational. That was a good one.
Sensational.
I like it. I think it was. I definitely came in a little better than last time because I smashed on the bag beforehand.
Yeah, smash on the back.
You did smash on the bag.
I had to be a little production manager today, or not this tough today, but over the past, I can give us some notes to work on.
Yeah.
I feel like we improved a lot.
And I feel like each time we'll continuously not only get better for us, but it'll just be a better listen to the viewers at hand.
Yep.
All right, Mr. Smooth, you can close us out. I'll give you the honors.
Thank you. So everybody, as we're closing this out here, I just want to give just a word of encouragement. I'm starting up a new phase, kind of a new chapter in my life. I'm going to be aspiring to be a motivational speaker. It's one of my gifts. And kind of each cast, if I can, and moving forward on my Instagram, I'm starting up Smooth Talk. Pretty soon I'm going to be sending the link and everything below so people can follow. But essentially, everyone, going into today, I want everybody to realize just your worth. You know, I've been stuck on that. God's put that in my heart because as I see, you know, walking every single day, it's easy to only give 80%. It's easy to feel like, you know, the world around you and especially society, you know, with the rulings for some people with Roe versus Wade, for just our natural living here in even California, you know, it's easy to get discouraged and to lose sight of who you are and how great you are and can be. So in essence, I just want to give love. I want to say that you are worth it. Continue to grow, continue to go, and let's get this done.
You motherfuckers be plugging shit. All fucking podcasts. That was not approved, Shiloh. I did not know that's what we were going into.
I was like, what?
You trying to go for our soul.
I had to.
Got him. I knew it was coming, and that's why I think you'll see me.
I'm literally crying because I had to hold myself back right now because that shit right there, bro.
I love you
All
guys.
right, this is a good podcast. We have some stuff to talk about post podcast. Till next time, later.